to another Friday. And this is not Functions Friday. It is actually Demystify Technology with Sam. And this, in quotes, premiere live stream, there's going to be a lot of information. I'm going to give you some announcement on the change in the show, give you some info on why the change, and some big announcement in the community. And then we will go to why we're here today. But before we do that, let's check this out. Okay, awesome. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Welcome to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, if that's a thing to say, wherever you're watching us. This is the Mystify Technology with Sam. So, first off, thank you so much for the members of the community, the Power Platform, Accra User Group, all the MVP communities. Guys, it's amazing. The feedback I'm getting for the show and what we're doing, it's just mind blowing. Thanks for the support, thanks for the encouragement. It just tells us we're doing something good. Now, some are asking why the change, because today you would have had Functions Friday. So a little about the change. Um, After a while, the streaming and interacting and engaging with the users and my followers, it became quite obvious that the Power series and the IoT show is like really huge. Like you guys, really appreciate and buy into it. So we're giving Power series its own show. It's no longer going to be under Demystify Technology, which it was. It's now going to be a show on its own every Sunday, as it is. And you guys have also expressed the way I'm able to connect IoT stuff to, the Power Apps and Power Automate and all this Azure craziness. So you want that to stick. Now, we also realized that there wasn't a lot of attraction for people following just the functions or serverless space. So my team and I decided to rebrand in such that we're moving Demystify Technology to Fridays, which allows us to actually demonstrate and show all the auxiliary services around the Power Platform, IoT, and Azure. So that means you could see different people coming to host the Mystify Tech show. It could be my colleagues, my friends, show and tell. Pretty much it's just that Friday where we just want to mess around with anything tech from Power Platform to IoT to anything Azure. So that's the reason why we're doing this today. So going forward, we don't have Functions Friday on its own. It's going to come under the Mystify Tech. So with that said, that is why we have that change. So if you have any concerns or questions, don't forget to tweet at me. Check me out on any of my social media platforms. Send me a text or something, and I will respond. Now, on to the very first announcement. Well, after a number of interactions, and as you know, championing the cause of Power Platform in Ghana and collaborating with my Nigerian colleagues to power, to facilitate and champion the cause in Africa, I'm officially announcing the first and official Power Platform study group for West Africa. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, so we're officially starting a Power Platform study group. It's a Microsoft Teams group. I'm going to share the link to the Teams group. This is the whole philosophy and the whole idea. We found out that sometimes learning on your own to write certifications, professional certifications, there's a lot of procrastination. There's a lot of I'll do it tomorrow, I'll get to it, and all that. People were finding it tough, or just life happens. But from my own experience, by joining the Azure Study Group on the Microsoft Yammer page, I realized that that was something that really helped me to write most of my certifications. And studying in group helps, you achieve that goal. It is based on that we are starting the Power Platform Study Group with the sole purpose of meeting virtually once a week, going through the course, the study or the certification outline week by week, virtual meetings, and then we have assignments each week we meet. Now, we're also going to have facilitators for the various, regions or various locations. So if you happen to be a facilitator and there are more than, two or three of you in a particular area, you guys can meet up and, go through the assignment. Hopefully, by the time we finish with the exams outline, all of you will be ready to take one or more of the Power Platform certifications. So that is the second big announcement. I'm going to be sharing more information on my blog and then also steps to join and what to expect. So that is the second big announcement that we have. Now, the third awesome announcement is it's just a week to the Global Power Platform Bootcamp. I think I should start having sound effects on my stream deck. Well, I'm going to do that probably immediately after the stream. I'm going to put so that I can some of these things I can drum roll, cheers, and all that I can do that to it. So yes, it's a week away. The Global Power Platform Bootcamp, which is happening globally across the world, and it's hosted officially in Ghana, Accra, by yours truly, myself, and the team at the Accra Power Platform User Group. If you haven't grabbed your seat, please do. And if you missed that session, oh my God, you don't want to miss this one. Full of hands-on hackathons, real life use cases. It's happening on the 15th of February at NIIT. All you need to do is come along with your laptop, your ideas, your solutions, your problem, and let's build away. And there's going to be free food, there's going to be drinks, networking, collaborating, and interesting sessions. And yes, we have Kahoot. We have Kahoot. We have Kahoot. And just a sec, let me show you something. And I like to do this on a reel so that people can actually see what's going on. So, kind courtesy of Amakusi and the marketing and the power team. Swags are in. These are t-shirts. Whoop, 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 whoop. We have one from Power BI. We have one from Power Automate. Lots of them happening there. We have some cool swags. Yeah, lots and lots of stickers. I mean, check this out. Microsoft Power BI. So lots and lots and lots of cool stuff coming up. So make sure you are there on the 15th. If you've not registered, I'll be sharing information on how to register. Awesome. So that technically clears up, and it's happening also in Nigeria in the various local Power Platform user groups. So make sure to join them. Awesome. So now, with all the announcement out of the way, do you guys remember this? Flic 1. Yes. So my demo sparked a lot of interest in the community, and a lot of people connected with me, were asking lots of questions. On Twitter, I had lots of questions being asked about how this could be used with Power Automate, and I've used it twice already. Actually, I'm using it to do two different things with Power Automate and Power Apps, which I will show on the Power Series show either this coming Sunday or subsequent one. Today, we're just going to recap. I'm just going to demo how it works, and then I would officially unbox the Flic 2. So I'm going to show you how to set it up, in the app, and then we can do some, very simple things using their companion app, and then I can give you I'll give you the link to last Friday's episode where I created the whole workflow. So today is more or less like unboxing. Ask me any questions you want, and then also just to give you some use cases of it. So without much ado, let's go here. So I'm going to bring up my Twitter, and as you can see, I'm live. We are live. So let's do this. I'm just going to leave it onto my page, and as you can see the button here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to press this. Well, I just did. Now, if you remember from last episode, was when you press the button, three things happen. An email is sent, and an SMS is sent, and it's actually going to tweet on my timeline. So let me refresh my Twitter timeline, and as you can see, let me zoom this in. As you can see from here, this says, "Hi guys, I need an ambulance at my location," which is here. And interesting, I was struggling with getting this to work with the Bing connector in Flow, and thanks to John, the Power Automate God, and a few of the MVPs in the Microsoft Power Platform user groups and communities, they gave me an idea on how to do it. The end goal was that I wanted the situation whereby when I pressed it, we could actually form a Google or Maps link that when open in a phone on a computer actually opened a map and pointed your location. So that's something that I'm going to show on the Power Series how I did that. So as you can see, the tweet is here, and I don't want to, make anyone feel crazy. And then also it sends an SMS, which I can show. Let me do this. Let me actually just get. I need to. So let's flip. Before I do that, let me just flip to my phone, which is connected via my other. Um, okay, so I'm going to open this up. And yep, so this is my messages. And as you can see, help me, I need an ambulance at this location at 8:14 my time. So this came in as a result of just pressing the button. So that's all we did last week. If you want to see the full thing, check out either my blog or check out my channel. I showed how to do that. Okay, so today let's move to the newest on the block, Flic 2. Let's unbox this and let's see how we can set it up. So I got the 4-pack. This is how it comes. Let me bring this up fully. So this is it. This is how it looks. Hopefully it focuses. Yeah, awesome. So it's white. It has other accessories, but I mean, my first opinion on this is it feels a lot smoother as compared to this. It feels a lot more ergonomic. As you can see, it kind of like conforms or forms to my thumb or the fingers, so it feels a lot more natural, than the original Flic 1. So for me, that's cool. It feels natural enough for me to use. Pretty much now it's open, so you can have access to all the things that are built. You can integrate it into your iOS, your own apps, and then we're going to look at the companion app and then set it up. So let's get right into it. How do you set this up? I'm going to move to again the app. So let me open up the Flic app, which you can download from the Play Store, depending on where which phone or which device you're using. And I want to say thank you to Shortcut Labs for hooking me up with the hub pretty soon. So I'll show you how to set up the hub as well. So as you can see, I don't have any hubs here, so I'll go to the phone section, and that is my how do you call it? This is the Flic one that I have. So let's go ahead and add another Flic. So as you can see from the add Flic button, add Flic to phone, I'm going to press this. And then as indicated, I'm supposed to press and hold the Flic until it connects. So let me press and hold it. And this has like some visual indicators, like colorful indicators that, that tells you the state of it. So let's see. And yeah, it's connected. It's asking me to give the Flic a name. And let's call this one, it's called the Power. We're going to call this the Power Flic. Yeah. So calling it the Power Flic. Done. And then I'm going to click done. And that's it. The Flic is added. So just click finish. And now if I go to my phones, you should see that I have two Flics, right? I have the Power Flic and my old one, you know, that I was using. Awesome, right? Quite simple. Okay, so it's in standby mode. Let me press it just to put it in the connect mode. So let me tap this. Okay, so again, just like any of the Flics, um, all you need to do is when you select it, as always, there are three states: the click, the double click, and the hold. All right. And today, what I'm going to do, we're just going to go through using its own native application. So let's go to click. So I'm going to press the click and set it up. So what do I want to do? So these are the options. You can actually have it create a task. You can have it control your phone. So let's look at the task. Let's click this. So when the button is clicked, what happens? A task happens. I've not defined any task yet. So let's remove this. Let's click this again. And let's go to the phone control. So what are some of the things I can control with this Flic button for my phone? I can actually do a Bluetooth control, camera, connect, Wi-Fi, find my phone, toggle the touch light, open Google Voice, hang up a call, launch an application, launch a shortcut on the phone, mute the microphone, open browser. I mean, there are tons and tons of things you can do. You know, if with a click of the new Flic we just added. Okay, so now let's go to the next one, lifestyle. I can start Chromecast. I can start Runkeeper, set a wake alarm, all this interesting stuff. Communication, emergency SMS, text your position. So this is what we built. We custom built it because if you wanted to have an extended flow, you could use this. And you can either phone call, prepare an email, Slack post, text message. This is under communication. And then for our music lovers, for music, you can Deezer, navigate to music, Shazam, Sonos, Spotify, volume control. You could do all that from here. And then home automation. Actually, I think I want to show a home automation one. So let me do this, and I will briefly switch to um, my kind of like workbench light. You're going to see a lot of stuff, so just but bear with me. Alexa, turn my light white. Alexa, turn my lights pink. Okay, so if you can see, I'm subtly changing the colors of my Philips Hue, which is connected to my Alexa. So let's go ahead and let's say that when I click this button, it should actually, probably turn off my Alexa or randomly change colors for my Alexa. Let's see. I want to see if I can actually get this to give me. Yeah, so I think this side is fine. So I can see more of the light shade. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to go back here. So for this to happen, I'm going to select the, so you can see all the options for home automation, lots of them. So I'm going to do the Philips Hue because that's what I have. I have a Philips Hue. So as you can see, um, what do I want to do? I would say I want the light. Okay, and I want this to toggle. All right, so this is the office lamp, which is the lamp on my desk right now, and I want this to toggle on and off. And the color I want to choose, I want it to change a random color, and then save the action. Okay, so now you realize that I have created one activity or one task anytime I click, the Philips Hue. Sorry, I click the Flic button. So it means that when I click it, it's going to toggle my Philips Hue bulb to a random color. And then if I press it again, it's going to turn it off because I said switch toggle. So let's do this. Let's show the bench. And I'm going to hold the Flic here. So I'm going to press it. And hopefully, oh, let's do this. Let me go back here. And hopefully this is connected. Okay. Let's change this. Okay, so this is connected. It looks like we're still in standby mode. So let me press and hold this. Let's see. Okay, let me flip this. Okay, let me be sure that I'm communicating with my Flic. So let me go back here and actually set the same thing for the double. I want to be sure that my flow is working. So let's do home automation. Oh, let me flip this. So I'm going to try this on the white on the first one. I just want to be sure my flows are working. So let's do home automation. Let me do the hue and let me do the light of Islam. Toggle it. Choose a random color. Set the brightness and then save the action. Let's save this. Okay, so let me switch here again and let's try this. So this is the first one. I'm just going to double tap it. Okay, and you can see, so you can see that now the lamp is off on my desk. If I double tap it again, it comes and this time it changes the color to green. If I double tap this, it goes off. If I double tap this, yep, all right, as you can see, it changes the different color. If I double tap this, that's fine. If I double tap it again, it changes to another color. So this flow is working fine. Okay, so now let's go back. Um, let's go back here and try to set it up. Let me, okay, let's do this so that I can easily. So what I'm going to do now is let's look at, let me bring another one here. Oh, so I don't confuse myself with the different buttons. So quickly, let me, okay, I am trying to turn off some notifications because, oh, let's flip to our screen because when notifications coming, it's quite destructive a bit, but okay, awesome. Let's try this again. Let me flip this here and let me try this again just to be sure that, okay, it turns it off. Let's try this. Brings it back on with a green, turns it off, and this brings it back on with a blue. Cool. So for those asking some of the use cases or how to integrate it, this is even how to use it simply, with stuff around you with minimal code. So that's some of the things you can do with the Flic button. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our, let's go back to, okay. So let's set it up. Now, let's see. Why is our Flic 2 not connecting? So let me go back here. As you can see, okay, it's initializing. Pretty cool. So it says our Flic 2 is in the standby mode. So we know that at least our is connected. Oh, no, 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 no. So this is not paused. No, I'm not going to remove it. Let me save the config. Okay, let's go back here. I just want to be sure that everything for this Flic works fine. So let me disconnect it. Yep, so let me disconnect it. Dismiss. Come back here and then reconnect it. Awesome. Okay, so this should connect it. Well, it's still in. Okay, there we go. Ah, awesome. So now I just probably just had to tinker with it a bit, just turn it off, turn it back on. So now let's go back to the bench. And this time, so I'm going to use the white one, which is the new one we got. So double click and check that out. So for this one, we know it's just a click. So when I click it, the light what goes off. If I double click it, it changes. Double click it, it goes off. So that is as easy as it is to connect the flick button. Let me turn it off so we can do something else with it. Let me just be sure that I have the same button. Awesome. Great. That's cool. All right. So now let's go back to the app and let's set up the second one with something else. So now that's click. Now let's do the double click for the new flick, the power flick. And this time around, we're not going to home automation. Let's try something fun. I know this was a crazy one, but hey, it's Friday. I'm sure we can have some fun. So I'm just going to pick on this. Yeah, let's see how. Forgive me, but okay, let's use random. That's more like it. So save this action. And so when I double tap this right now, it's going to make a fart sound. This is going to make a random fart sound. So let's try this. I double pressed it again. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so now let's come back. Let's come back to to the reality. So that is how simple it is to set the Flic button up. When I created the solution for the first one, I realized something quickly. I realized that because I used the click state, anytime I had the button with me and for some reason I pressed on something or something connected to it, it triggered the message, right? So my advice would be that if you're trying to do some emergency response thing, it would be good to use either the double or the last state, which is a press and hold. So for that, for this to happen, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to configure the hold state for the new button to use the same flow, which we created. All right, so I'm going to show you how to connect to the flow we created in last session. All right, so let's go back to uh, our app. So we select the hold option, and then this time around to do it, you need to use the tools. So this is where you can actually be a lot more customized. If you wanted to call an HTTP request, so you can do a lot of crazy things. So you could actually use this as a way to request for servicing or a way to request for, let's say, a field service person to come check out an air conditioner or vent or something. So just stick it by the door or by that AC controller or something. Anytime you press it, you're just signaling for someone to come around. Okay, so because we use the flow, I'm going to go ahead and then click on flow because we already created a flow that does that, and this is the cool part. So I reached out to Flic to find out if it could actually send the time, but as it seems right now, it can only include the current GPS location. So which means that if you want to use it in an application that is going to include the time, you would have to insert that during your flow process. All right. So and make sure you set include GPS location, and then you save the action. All right, save the action. Now to make sure that Flic 2, anytime you press the hold works, let's come back to and let's now go to our flow. So I'm going to go to flow.microsoft.com, and then if I go to my flows, you should see Oh no, sorry. This actually is a different tenant. So let me sign out. This is actually the original tenant for the show, but I used a different tenant. So let's connect to that one, flow.microsoft.com, because we already have the flow there. I don't want to. If you want to learn how to create the flow, go back and watch the videos in my previous episode. I show how to create the flow there, and you can also check out my blog post. I show how to do it there. Okay, so let's sign in. Uh, yeah, I believe that's an Outlook account. Sign out and sign in. Awesome. And then I nearly actually spoke out my password because I'm fond of, speaking it out when I'm typing. But okay, so if I go to my flows, we should see our emergency response flow. As you can see, ambulance request flow. Yeah, I know what this connection is, so I'm not worried about that. So let me make this a bit bigger for you. So this is a flow, so I'm just going to select the flow, actually edits the flow. And as of now, you can see when a flick is pressed, so we can go here, actually drop this down, and then edit the flick buttons. Okay, so if I just delete this, could not retrieve API flick one button. Let's see. Our event this time is hold. Let's check this out. Let's look at the flick connection. Yeah, no problem. So let's just add the flick connection. So let's open this up, and this would actually try to connect to our flick or any of the connections we have. Yeah, so the flick, I think this is Gmail, and then logging. Yep. And now take a look at this. I have two flick buttons. I have the Logic, which is the old one, and then I have the Power Flick, which is the new one we added. But because I want any of these things, welcome Storm. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us. Now, because I have two buttons, I want any of them to trigger it. All right. Um, in this case, I think I want to use the hold for this, and then I'll save it. That's just about it. And let me just use my flow checker just to make sure I don't have any errors. We're good to go. And that's it. We're done. So now our new Flic 2 is now connected to our flow. So now let's test it and be sure that this is actually working. So I'm going to go back to um, my profile or my timeline on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to press and hold this. Release. And let me refresh. And lo and behold, as you can see, it sent the message to my timeline. Isn't this awesome, right? Let's actually delete this and let's make it a bit, a bit more fun. All right. What I did was I actually, you know, I created different messages for the various platform, but I could have instantiated a variable and then created a custom message and then pass that message to all the other connectors that I wanted to. So that is how to easily integrate, actually set up your Flic button to do pretty much anything, to anything. And we have used it as a panic button, as an emergency response. So if you give this to your loved ones, or it's at home or something, and something happens, someone can just long press this, and you know what? Help will be on the way. So I've received a couple of questions as to, well, there are phones, so why don't you want to use the phone? And the answer is that yes, you could use phones, you could use apps, but think about it. In a dying emergency situation, okay, where even to look for the phone, looking for the app to send a text message, this is just a button click away. This is just a button click away. So right now, This has three states. All right, let me actually just tilt the light to this side of my face, so that now we've successfully connected all the three states. So right now, sitting here, if I wanted to turn the light on, it's just a matter of pressing this one, and the light goes off from this side of my face. All right. Maybe let me just switch to this so you can see this properly. So if I press it, I get light. If I press this, the light goes off. If I double press it, I do something crazy. All right. And then if I long press it, I'm asking for help. So that is one of the coolest reasons why it makes sense to use physical devices. And I'm a fan of integrating physical devices with solutions and tools. And this is one of the coolest things that I like. Now I'm going to give a couple of use cases, which I'm going to show on the Power Series. So another use case could be a counter. So sometimes, yes, apart from the AI counters and all that, if you want to go a step further, now you know that there's mini counters that sometimes people hold at the entrance of doors and they keep clicking, 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 and at the end of the day, they look at the total number of people that are in there. So imagine we use a flick button where anytime someone comes, you press. Anytime someone comes, you press, which is actually calling a flow, a Microsoft Flow that is actually logging the data in an Excel file. So I'm logging the time the people are coming in an Excel file, which is being displayed maybe in real time on the Power BI dashboard. Now, so the question is that why would you just be logging a time? Well, thanks to the insights and analytics that Power BI can give me, I can perform some very simple analysis and know what is the interval between, how long does it take for, the entire auditorium or the place to get filled up. Also, I can tell, okay, people coming every second or every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds. Okay, it could tell me that, oh, in the space of 2 minutes, these are the number of people that have showed up. That will allow me to do proper, how do you call it, planning or proper resource allocations. So that is just one use case for the flick button. There are thousands and thousands of use cases. We've seen the emergency response. It could be a physical button somewhere to indicate that a task is done or help is needed or a response is needed. You could actually use this to, pretty much enable routines in your house or simply send an email or simply respond to an email. It could be probably this could be your kill switch, or this could be your approve reject button. So which means that if you tap it the first time, you're approving something that comes into your mail. If you double press it, you are rejecting it. If you long press it, you are requesting for more information. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more we can do, and I'm going to show you how to do the counter on the Power Series. So with that said, this is where we bring our first, in quotes, episode of the Demystify Tech, which featured the flick button, the Power Automate, and some use cases. Again, we have rebranded and absorbed Functions Friday and pretty much anything on the Azure cloud, and then auxiliary solutions and technologies around the Power Platform and IoT into Demystify technology. So Demystify technology is now on Fridays. And then Power Series, a show on its own on Sundays. IoT continues to be IoT Tuesday. So if you have any questions, you have any challenges, if you have any concerns about the Power Platform, anywhere you see me, literally anywhere, even in my dreams, when you meet me in my dreams, and you have any question on the Power Platform, ask me, and I'll sure to find you an answer. If I don't know it, I have the whole Power Platform MVP and Power Addicts community behind me. I can reach out to any of them and we'll surely find an answer for you. So, with that much I say and do, make sure you check out my website, sadranyi.me. Follow me on the social platforms so you can get all the details. And then, if you're interested about getting certified on the Power Platform, make sure to join the first ever West Africa Power Platform study group, which is the first of its kind. Um, okay, so another thing that, yes, and if I didn't say this, Donna was going to kill me. So check out the new, improvement and features in the AI Builder. And I think Donna and her team are trying to do some insider program. So also I'll post the links to that. Check it out. It's actually already on my Twitter timeline. Check that out. Sign up for it if you're picked. This is going to work hand in hand with you to get you into the AI builder on the Power Platform. So till I come your way again next Friday, but don't forget this Sunday is the Power Series. Make a date with me. Have a wonderful Friday. Drink some beer, stay out of trouble, just relax. It's a long weekend ahead. Sign out.